64 degrees at 8 o'clock. It's Tuesday, September 11th. I'm Lee Harris. Here's what's happening. It's primary day, and the polls are open.
You couldn't live within or visit New York without getting a tour of the tower. And if you were really intrepid, you might actually go to the roof.
Stay where you are.
When the World Trade Center buildings were going up, my dad told me, when those are finished, we're going to go up on the top. My dad said these buildings will last for 1,000 years. They'll be here forever.
It was a terrific place to work. And on a clear day, you could see the curvature of the earth. I said, no, it's not possible. It's not possible that my life is going to end this way.
Well, I'm Christy. I'm going to be helping you out today, so.
It was really, every fiber in your body is screaming. It was like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
They're all notified. Fire department, ambulance service, police. They're all notified.
British, huh?
Afraid so.
On the evening of September the 11th, 2001, the FBI were called in to Logan Airport in Boston to examine 2 check-in bags. The bags had missed their flight, an American Airlines Boeing 767 bound for Los Angeles. The owner of the luggage was Mohammed Atta, a ringleader in that day's terrible events. Inside one of his bags, the FBI made an extraordinary discovery. Along with flight training videos and a small copy of the Quran, they found a 5-page document, handwritten in Arabic. It was a kind of hijacker's manual and contained a justification for the attack, written by those who orchestrated it.
Purify your soul from all unclean things. Completely forget something called this world. Afterwards begins the happy life.
Among the hijacker's victims on that bright, warm September morning were the passengers and crew of American Airlines Flight 11. The first of the 4 planes to crash that day. This film is the most detailed reconstruction yet of the last hour of Flight 11. From 7:46 a.m. when Atta boarded the plane to 8:46 when the Boeing 767 struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. A startling new picture emerges of precisely how the crew relayed valuable information about their attackers to the outside world. It was the first act in a long war. With just a few passengers still to board, Flight 11 is 13 minutes away from takeoff. Betty Ong is one of the most experienced of the cabin crew. She wasn't scheduled to work today, but she's flying so that she can join her sister on a vacation in Hawaii.
Yes, right down this way, please.
Hi. How are you this morning?
Pretty good.
Good.
Amy Sweeney has 2 young
Yes.
children and is married to Michael, a Massachusetts police officer.
You're welcome.
Amy, she liked flying because it gave her the opportunity to do what she liked and be flexible with her time to spend with her family. Once we had kids, we made the decision that she would only work part-time and spend the majority of time with the kids and family.
Hydraulics. Set. Windows, doors.
First Officer Tom McGuinness is 42 years old and married with 2 children. He's a former Air Force pilot.
Off. Cabin signs. On.
Captain John Oganowski is 52 and married with 3 daughters.
Before start checklist complete.
He loved flying. He absolutely loved it. He was a very experienced pilot. He had 23 years with American Airlines and 7 years in the Air Force. And he was just a man who was very, very skilled in anything with mechanics. He just had a knack for it.
I'll call you when I know something. I love you.
This morning, 25-year-old Patricia Massari and her husband Lewis have just discovered that they may be expecting their first child. She commutes from their small apartment in Queens to her office at an insurance company based on the 98th floor of the World Trade Center. Lewis had wanted Patricia to take the day off, but she's determined to go into the office.
Although I didn't really want her to go to work, I kind of wanted her to stay home so we can kind of like tell the news to everybody, or, you know, confirm it totally, you know, through a doctor, whatever we had to do. This morning she particularly left early because she knew that she had things that she was behind it at work. To keep her mind, you know, calmer throughout the day, that's what she wanted to do, get to work a little earlier.
On her way to work, Patricia collects another pregnancy test, just to be sure. She plans to call Lewis from her office as soon as she gets the result. Boston Air Traffic Control Center manages some of the busiest air traffic control lanes in the world. But the job's a little easier when the weather and visibility are as good as they are today.
Northwest 453, speed Mach 80 or greater.
In 12 minutes, Flight 11 will take off into the Boston controller's airspace. The last passengers are now boarding Flight 11. Karen Martin, the flight's purser, and Bobby Arestegui will share duties in the first-class cabin. Among the passengers is Daniel Lewin, a brilliant and wealthy software designer. He grew up in America, but moved to Israel with his family when he was 14. By his early 20s, he became a captain in Israel's elite counter-terrorism force.
Champagne orange juice, sir?
Champagne.
There you go.
He is seated directly in front of one of the hijackers, Satam El-Sakami.
Great cross here on the left-hand side. Good morning.
One of the last passengers to board is Mohammed Atta.
When you ride the airplane and before you enter it, you make a prayer and supplications. As the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, an action for the sake of God is better than all of what is in this world. When you step inside the plane and sit in your seat, be busy with the constant remembrance of God.
Morning, sir.
God said, O ye faithful, when you find the enemy, be steadfast and remember God constantly, so that you may be successful.
With the arrival of Atta and Abdulaziz Al-Amari, all 5 hijackers are now in position. In the front passenger row of the aircraft are the brothers Walid and Wael Al-Sheri. Waleed has a clear view of the cockpit door.
This was a military mission that they were on. They had done their homework, they had gathered enough intelligence, they had done enough test flights. Everything that they did was specifically tailored to accommodate their objectives. Seating arrangements are crucial. We had the Al-Shari brothers sitting at the very front row, left to the primary aisle. You had Atta and Abdulaziz Al-Amari sitting to the right of the aisle at a peak point. And then you had Al-Sakami sitting again to the left of the aisle, further back.
A Fresh Pond subway station in Queens, Patricia Massari catches the M train to downtown Manhattan. Her journey will take her through the suburban sprawl of Queens and then underground towards New York's financial hub around Wall Street.
American 11 cleared to push and start. Tail north.
When the aircraft moves, even slightly, say the supplication of travel, because you are traveling to Almighty God. So be attentive on this journey.
May we have your attention as we review the safety features of the 767 aircraft. To fasten seatbelts, insert the metal clip into the buckle.
It's likely that flight attendants have some kind of contact with one or more of the hijackers. But all five would have been trained to blend in, to play by the rules, and do nothing to arouse suspicion.
Two overwing exits.
Do not seem confused or show signs of nervous tension. Be happy, optimistic, calm, because you are heading for a deed that God loves and will accept.
If the cabin pressure changes, an oxygen mask will appear from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you and place the mask over your nose and mouth.
Smile in the face of hardship, young man, for you are headed toward eternal paradise.
Please take the time to review the safety features card located in your seat pocket.
God is with his faithful servants. He will protect them and make their tasks easier, and give them success and victory. Say this supplication. O Lord, block their vision from in front of them, so that they may not see.
While Flight 11 is waiting for clearance to take off, Mohammed Atta makes one last phone call.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
It's not known what he says in a call that lasts just under a minute. But it is known that he calls Marwan al-Shahi, the hijack leader on board United Airlines Flight 175, which is taxiing just a few hundred meters away. United 175 is also bound for Los Angeles, but will crash into the South Tower of the World Trade Center. Atta and al-Shahi became close friends during the planning of the attacks, and may be saying goodbye to one another. But they may also be confirming that the assault on the Twin Towers is on.
Apron, American 11, ready to taxi for runway 25.
What could drive Atta and the other hijackers to plan and execute such a cold-blooded attack? and what could possibly justify it? The answer to both questions lies not in Islam, but in a set of ancient beliefs practiced by only a tiny sect of radical Muslims.
You have another subset, another, if you'd like, a fraction who call themselves Salafists. It's the Islam of our ancestors. Now, within Salafism, only a minority say that the way to implement it is by force, by violence. These are the jihadists.
Jihadists see themselves as holy warriors, and they view any act of indiscriminate murder as justified, so long as God's name is invoked.
That would have possibly crashed no matter who was on the plane. They were on that mission, and the hijackers represent an aberration within Islam, an extremist interpretation of Salafist doctrine, and they unfortunately were manipulated and harnessed, trained to be weapons.
All the passengers on the plane were devout Muslims. It did not matter at all. Muslims do not matter. What matters is their ideology, their conception of what is right. And right in this case is basically what is dictated to them.
American 11 Heavy, winds 100 at 10 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 09. Roger, Tower, American 11 cleared for takeoff, runway 09.
Then the aircraft takes off. This is the moment that both groups come together. So remember God as He said, O Lord, pour your patience upon us and make our feet steadfast and give us victory over the infidels. Pray for yourself and all your brothers that they may be victorious and hit their targets. Ask God to grant you martyrdom facing the enemy, not running away from it, and for Him to grant you patience and the feeling that anything happens to you is for Him.
Patricia Messari arrives at Fulton Street subway station in downtown Manhattan. It's a 5-minute walk from here to her office at the World Trade Center.
She gets off at Fulton Street and then walks up on the street level and then walks to the building itself and then goes up to the 98th floor. She loved the company, she loved the people she was with. She makes friends with anybody, so it was just like, it was her life, you know. She would always tell me the stories, and I find it interesting when she would get home from work, when she would tell me how her day was at work.
Patricia grabs her regular breakfast, probably a bagel and black coffee. As Flight 11 climbs to cruising altitude, preparations for the attack begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now switched off the seatbelt signs. However, we do advise that when you are not moving
The weapons smuggled on board by the terrorists include knives, possibly small domestic tools with retractable blades, known as box cutters. Following standard procedures, the flight attendants would close curtain dividers between the three classes of cabin, possibly obscuring any line of sight between Atta and the Al-Sheris. With the attack just minutes away, Atta may be directing the hijackers to get ready, physically and psychologically, to pass beyond the point of no return.
Bismillah Rahman Rahim.
You must make your knife sharp and must not discomfort your animal during slaughter. Remember the words of Almighty God. You were looking to the battle before you engaged in it. And now you see it with your own two eyes.
At least one of the terrorists may have other weapons, including something that looks like a bomb. A black box with yellow and red colored wires. Is the bomb real? Or is it a hoax designed to ward off a potential counterattack by the passengers and crew?
Maintain Mach 80 or greater.
Boston Center, good morning. American 11 with you, passing through 190 for 230.
American 11 Heavy, Boston Center. Roger, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Flight level 280, American 11.
As Flight 11 continues to climb, the pilots would still be wearing their seat harnesses in a noisy cockpit.
I think people need to understand that sitting in the cockpit, you're sitting forward, you're strapped in, you're low, you're at a complete disadvantage to anyone coming up behind you, especially people coming up behind you extremely determined to do you harm.
American 11 Heavy, climb maintain flight level 290.
Flight level 290, American 11.
FedEx 3601, contact Boston Center 125157.
2557. I have a friend. Oh, really?
American 11, your traffic is at 2 o'clock, 20 miles southwestbound, MD 8310.
American 11, roger.
Confrontation begins. Strike like champions who do not want to go back to this world. Shout Allahu Akbar, because this strikes fear in the hearts of the non-believers.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
God said, strike above their neck, strike at all their extremities.
FedEx 3258, contact Boston Center 125.57.
125.57, thank you. FedEx 3258.
Good day. American 11, turn 20 degrees right.
20 right, American 11.
What the hell's going on? خلاص احنا هون.
The pilots are either killed instantly or removed from effective control of the plane. At some point during the assault, flight attendant Amy Sweeney reports being shown the apparent bomb by one of the hijackers. A mace or mustard gas is sprayed into the forward passenger cabins. Shortly afterwards, though, all 5 hijackers barricade themselves inside the cockpit. No one else on the plane will see or hear from them again. Passengers in first and business class are evacuated back to economy by the flight attendants.
American 11 Heavy, now climb maintain flight level 350.
All units, this is 7 November Golf, by unit Alpha Echo. Thanks for Alpha Alpha here.
American 11, climb maintain flight 350. American 11, Boston.
Losing radio contact with an aircraft is a rare event, and is usually the result of equipment failures. But it's a cause for concern.
Echo Romeo 7, Mike Lima, how do you hear?
Mike Lima has you loud and clear.
American 11, Boston.
On Flight 11, Karen Martin and Bobby Arestegui are being treated for their injuries in or near the first-class galley. They are likely to have been the first victims of 9/11.
I think that the flight attendants that were attacked first, no questions about it. The hijackers decided to take action. They were going to implement speed, surprise, and violence of action right away. They were going to make their point as to who they are and why they're there, and so no one can mess with them.
Unfortunately for the passengers and crew of Flight 11, Daniel Lewin had been stabbed by the hijacker seated directly behind him. Lewin was the best equipped of anyone on the plane to try and repel the assault. But the ex-Israeli commando is now severely injured with a wound to the throat.
The passenger, Daniel Lewin, I think, was attacked for one of two reasons. Al-Suqami was sitting right behind him, and it just could have been that Daniel Lewin was right in reach and in range of any one of the terrorists that decided to use him as an example for the other passengers, or Daniel Lewin decided to take action and intervene.
Soon after Boston Air Traffic Control loses radio contact with Flight 11, its transponder is switched off. Flight 11 is no longer transmitting information about its identity or altitude. All that remains is a radar signature showing the aircraft's location.
American 11, the American on the frequency. How do you hear me?
The loss of transponder data is serious, but the controller would know from the radar that the plane still appears to be in flight.
If everything goes well, every one of you should pat the other on the shoulder in confidence. Remind your brothers that this act is for Almighty God, or they should sing songs to boost their morale as the pious first generations did in the throes of battle. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
With the autopilot now switched off, the aircraft is in the complete control of Atta and the other four hijackers. A mystery remains about when exactly the hijackers start to pilot the aircraft. One alternative scenario is that they force at least one of the crew to guide them nearer to New York without revealing their true intentions.
If I had to speculate, I would guess that the cockpit crew were in charge of the aircraft at least to lower New York, to the beginning of the Hudson River. It sounded as though the hijackers were able to take control of the aircraft somewhere over the Hudson River, somewhere where they could see the towers in the distance, because of course their skills could not have been that great in spite of them going through flight training.
Patricia Messari arrives at the World Trade Center Plaza. When she reaches her office, high up in the North Tower, she plans to carry out the second pregnancy test. After that, she hopes she can catch up with a heavy workload.
American 456, resume normal speed.
American 11, if you hear Boston Center, ident please or acknowledge. American 11, American 11, Boston.
The flight attendants now organize themselves into teams to deal with the emergency on board and to get as much information out to the ground as they possibly can.
9D, 9G, they just went.
They gather details from paperwork and from each other about who exactly the attackers were.
We'll check it out again. We're good. Have that, all right?
American 11, if you hear Boston Center, recontact Boston Center on 127.82. That's American 12782.
After all that's happened, the flight attendants make repeated attempts to contact the cockpit.
Excuse me, what the hell is going on here?
It's just a medical emergency.
But the mace in the forward cabin makes it difficult to breathe. And all intercom calls to the cockpit go unanswered. Betty Ong attempts her first call to the ground. She dials American Airlines' main reservations number. Initially, she'll be plagued by what seems to be a poor connection and a series of misunderstandings.
I'm number 3 in the back. The cockpit's not answering. Somebody's stabbed in business and
I think there's mates that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked. Which flight are you on? Flight 12.
Betty mistakenly identifies Flight 12, the return journey from Los Angeles to Boston.
And they're not answering. They won't.
Amy Sweeney will later make the same initial mistake, suggesting that the attendants are frantically busy sharing information.
go calm everybody down.
The assault is over so quickly that no one is absolutely sure what has happened inside the cockpit.
What seat are you in? Ma'am, what seat are you in?
We're well...
We're Boston, we're up in the air. We're supposed to go to LA, and the cockpit's not answering their phone. Okay, but what seat are you sitting in? What's the number of your seat? Okay, I'm in my jump seat right now. Okay. At 3R. Okay, you're the flight attendant? I'm sorry, did you say you're the flight attendant? Hello? Yes, hello? What is your name? You're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you. Sure. What is your name? Okay, my name is Betty Ong. I'm number 3 on flight 11. Okay. And the cockpit is not answering their phone. And there's somebody staffed in business class, and we can't breathe in business class. Somebody's got mace or something. Can you describe the person that you said someone is what in business class?
I'm sitting in the back. Somebody's coming back from business. If you can hold on a second.
Throughout her calls to the ground, Betty is interrupted by other attendants who seem to be acting as a relay team, sending constant updates from further forward.
Bobby both got stabbed.
Amy Sweeney makes one more attempt to contact the cockpit. 10 minutes after storming the plane, the hijackers decide it's time to talk to the passengers. But the wrong switch is keyed, and their announcement is broadcast to the ground.
American 11, Boston. United 175 Boston Center, Roger. Is that American 11 trying to call?
We have some planes.
Stay quiet and you'll be okay. You are turning to the airport.
Initially, the controllers don't hear the phrase, "We have some planes."
And who's trying to call me here? American 11, are you trying to call?
They immediately ask for a playback of audio tape.
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll injure yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
We gotta make some calls.
I'm on it.
Boston controllers notify their chain of command that they believe Flight 11 has been hijacked. There are no reports of anyone on the plane hearing the hijacker's transmission. Amy Sweeney heads towards one of the backseat airphones. These require credit cards, and it's possible that she borrows a card from a nearby passenger. There is no record of a charge to Amy's or Betty's credit card accounts.
Hello, American Airlines Flight Services, Logan Airport.
It's Amy Sweeney.
So I was just in my office working. I had heard one of the ladies who was working in the office say very loudly, what? A flight attendant has been stabbed?
Hello, American Airlines Flight Services, Logan.
It's Amy Sweeney. Listen and listen very carefully. I'm on Flight 11. The airplane has been hijacked. I have seat numbers.
At that point, I took the phone and said, Amy, this is Michael Woodward. What's going on?
Hey, Michael, this plane is being hijacked.
After she told me that the aircraft had been hijacked, she started to give me information.
I have seat numbers for 3 of the hijackers.
She had given me the seat numbers that they were seated in.
9D, 9G, and 10B.
And as I was writing down the seat numbers, my colleagues pulled up that information. In the computer system, they could pull up who's sitting in that seat. And up came Mohammed Atta's reservation.
Good weather today.
By now, United Airlines Flight 175 is airborne. The 5 hijackers on board have yet to make their move. On Flight 11, Betty Ong reveals that despite the risks, cabin crew members have made at least one attempt to gain physical entry to the cockpit.
I think the guys are up
there. They might have found their way up there or something. Nobody can call the cockpit. We can't even get inside.
Betty and Amy Sweeney now work closely together to report the details of the hijack to the ground.
Amy and Betty were trying to relay information, and so as I was talking to her, she would, ask Betty, "Did you see this?" Or, so they were kind of working in tandem to get the information out.
It's now clear that while the hijackers are in control of the cockpit, the flight attendants are in full control of the passenger cabins.
I think the thing that you might have been most impressed with was their calmness, that they were relaying information as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. I know as a crew member for American Airlines that they were following procedures to ensure a safe landing and the safety of all the passengers on board.
It's just a medical emergency, ma'am. And
Until September the 11th, 2001, cabin crews were trained in the event of a hijacking to maintain calm among the passengers.
Emergency, so everything's going to be just fine.
The flight attendants use a cover story that this is all just a medical emergency. It's possible that the passengers evacuated from First and Business who witnessed the attack go along with this in order to prevent the spread of panic.
I don't know.
Amy Sweeney tells Michael Woodward that the cabin crew's efforts seem to be working.
Wait.
What she did say, though, was that everybody in the coach cabin was very calm. They had no idea, the folks in coach, that the aircraft was being hijacked by these people.
All right.
In the background, there wasn't screaming, there wasn't, it was very calm. Calm meaning there wasn't a commotion, there wasn't noise. I mean, obviously, she was concerned.
Until now, Flight 11 has been drifting on a northwesterly path, but the hijackers now execute a dangerously sharp 100-degree left turn. The plane is now heading south, erratically following the course of the Hudson River, which leads straight to New York City.
Going back to the airport. Don't try to make any stupid moves.
The transmission is picked up not just by air traffic controllers, but by United 175, which will be hijacked in 6 minutes. Having done a second pregnancy test, Patricia Masari calls her husband with the news that it's positive. She's excited,
Hi.
but also a little nervous.
Yeah, I did.
She always called when I was home on my day off to let me know that she was at work. So, around 8:40, the first words out of her mouth was her usual self, which I kind of felt better about. She was questioning me, what are we going to do about this? Because she wanted to make sure that this is real, because she didn't believe it. It's just overwhelming, to her and overwhelming to me.
We're making another sharp turn, all the way onto our side.
Flight 11 has made another dangerous course change, possibly as a result of the hijackers' inexperience as pilots. Boston air traffic controllers radio United 175 to ask if they see Flight 11.
You have traffic. Look at your 12 to 1 o'clock at about 10 miles southbound to see if you can see an American 767 out there, please.
I see him. Affirmative, we have him. He's at about 29, 28,000.
United 175, turn 30 degrees to the right. I want to keep you away from this traffic.
Boston controllers now break official protocol and try to make direct calls to the military.
Hi, Boston Center, Team U. We have a problem here. We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York, and we need you guys we need someone to scramble some F-16s or something up there to help us out.
Is this real world or exercise?
No, this is not an exercise manifest.
It will be another 9 minutes before fighters are scrambled. On this cloudless morning, the Twin Towers will now be clearly in sight. Betty Ong and Amy Sweeney both report to the ground that the aircraft is being thrown around violently. The hijackers execute yet another terrifying maneuver, a steep and barely controlled dive.
Come on, We're making a rapid descent.
She was now starting to get scared. For flight attendants to use those terms, rapid, it means it's quick, it's fast, something's going on. You know, they're used to, you know, tons of turbulence and, you know, bumpy flights and all of that, but she was really, really nervous at this point.
United 256, altimeter 29 and 92.
Flight 11 has just passed into the airspace of New York traffic controllers. United 175 now reports the mysterious radio transmission it picked up earlier.
New York, United 175 heavy.
United 175, go ahead.
We figured we'd wait to go to your center. We heard a suspicious transmission on our departure out of Boston. Someone keyed the mic and said, "Everyone stay in your seats."
Okay, I'll pass that along.
It cut out.
Kingston 93 line. United 175 just came on my frequency, and he said he heard a suspicious transmission when they were leaving Ross. Everybody stay in your seats. That's what he heard as a suspicious transmission, just to let you know.
This is the last voice transmission from United 175. The controller's attention, however, is firmly fixed on the hijacked Flight 11.
Center, where do you place him in relation to 583 now?
He's off about 9 o'clock at about 20 miles. Looks like he's heading southbound, but there's no transponder, no nothing, and no one's talking to him.
In Manhattan, the rush hour is reaching its peak. Over 1 million commuter cars are heading over the bridges and through the tunnels into an island just 13 miles long.
If you see the enemy as strong, remember the groups that had formed a coalition to fight the Prophet. They were 10,000. But remember how God gave victory to his faithful servants.
Do you know any information as far as the Jackson men that are in the cockpit with the pilot who they took first class?
Yes, they're sitting in 2A and 2B.
They were sitting in 2A and B.
Yes.
They are in the cockpit with the pilot.
Yes, they are.
Is there a doctor on board that he doesn't see?
A nearby aircraft receives a coded Emergency Locator Transmission, or ELT, from United 175, which has just been hijacked.
Center, US Air 583.
US Air 583, go ahead.
I just picked up an ELT on 121.5. It was brief, but it went off.
Okay, they said it's confirmed, believe it or not, is a thing. We're not sure yet. So we're trying to get another aircraft right now to see what his altitude is.
The controller follows procedures by using the word thing instead of hijack. He now directs other aircraft away from the flight paths of American 11 and United 175.
Can you turn that Delta 2433 a little bit to the right? They got that Eagle flight in there, and the guy at 310 that they want to take a look at this American to see what his altitude is. Can you put him on a 290 heading and stop the Delta 1489 beneath him?
Flight 11 is now heading south over Manhattan itself. The aircraft's airspeed has increased dramatically since the dive.
When the 0 hour approaches, wholeheartedly welcome death. For the sake of God, always be remembering God. Either end your life while praying seconds before the target, or make your last words, "There is no God but God. Muhammad is his messenger." Afterwards, we will all meet in the highest heaven. Inshallah.
What's happening?
All of a sudden, she said, you know, what's going on? What's happening? I don't know if she was talking to Betty or if she was just verbalizing it.
The airplane's all over the place.
I asked her, can you look out the window? This was right near the end of our conversation. She said, I see water, I see, we're flying low, we're flying way too low. I see buildings, I see lots of buildings.
I see the water. I see the buildings. I see buildings. We're low. We're far too low.
What do we do now? I don't know. I guess it starts to...
So where are you from, London?
I'm from the South Coast.
At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 smashes into the north side of World Trade Center number 1.
I heard the bang. I thought it was thunder or something. He goes, look outside. I looked outside. I said, holy it looks like a plane hit it or something.
Billions of TV viewers around the world have a front row seat for the unfolding disaster. But people inside the Trade Center have no idea what's happened. Manager of construction Frank DiMartini and his wife Nicole are just 5 floors below the point of impact.
What do you think it was? Frank?
Responsible for rebuilding the Trade Center after the 1993 bomb attack, Frank knows the towers inside and out.
Shouldn't we be getting out of here?
Frank, hey, do you know what happened? No idea. I'd say the building moved 10, maybe 12 feet. More like 20. What's it like out there? A lot of debris. People pretty shot. Can they clear it? Yeah. Honey, find somewhere less smoky. Alan's office, maybe? Stay there till they find a way out. Mac, Pablo, and me, we're gonna check out the rest of the floor.
Electric 1 to 12.
You think the building's all right? If the slip joint's held, yeah. Mac, get your gear. Right here.
Frank was very well respected by everybody. He was very knowledgeable of the building.
Try to persuade him to come down.
He was...
Please.
Okay. Frank wanted to...
At Windows on the World, one of New York's most famous restaurants.
Listen up, everybody. Everyone, listen up, everybody, please. Everyone, please, we've got to stay calm. Can you listen up? I am going to call the emergency services. They will be with us shortly, okay?
Assistant Manager Christine Olander is in charge of the conference center.
Christine volunteered to come in and help get this setup organized, and that's why she was there early that day. It was very...
Yes.
Elevator.
Out there, thank you.
New Jersey, manager of the World Trade Center.
Trying to get up to you. Stairwells are all blocked, man. 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll find out what directions you should try and get out.
You know, our guests are scared.
Stairways A, B, and C blocked off and smoke.
Yes.
Okay, here, go back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're on the air right now. Go ahead. What can you tell us?
The first alarm is called in just 12 seconds after impact. People are in shock, and yet no one can possibly imagine the scope of the disaster only beginning to unfold in Lower Manhattan. At the moment of impact, 6 floors are destroyed, hundreds are killed, and nearly 10,000 gallons of jet fuel dump into the gaping hole between the 93rd and 99th floors. The fate of everyone in the building will be decided in the next hour and 42 minutes. Toxic smoke quickly spreads through the 11 levels above the crash. On the 106th floor, financial managers have begun arriving for a conference at Windows on the World, one of New York's most famous restaurants.
Frank was very well respected by everybody. He was very knowledgeable of the building.
Try to persuade him to come down.
He was in love with the Trade Center.
Please.
Okay.
Frank wanted to make sure that everybody on the floor is out completely, nobody on the floor.
Christine volunteered to come in and help get this setup organized, and that's why she was there early that day.
Out there, thank you.
It was very typical of Christine to do that. She wasn't asked and she wasn't told. She just knew that it was something that would help.
Port Authority Police Officer Maggie.
Yes, hi, this is Christine, Assistant GM of Windows. We're getting no direction up here. We're having a smoke condition. We have most people on the 106th floor. The 107th floor is way too smoky.
Christine calls the in-house police force of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, manager of the World Trade Center.
We're trying to get up to you. Stairwells are all blocked, man. 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll find out what directions you should try to get out.
Our guests are scared.
Stairways A, B, and C blocked up and smoke.
Yes.
Okay, dear, go back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're on the air right now. Go ahead. What can you tell us?
This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. Clearly, something relatively devastating happening this morning there on the south end of the island of Manhattan.
The point of impact fatally divides the North Tower. Only people below the 93rd floor have access to escape routes. 6 floors below the crash site, investment banker Hong Zhu attempts to call 911 from the rubble of his office.
I say we go now. You can't just hang.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now. Please hold the line.
We just suddenly felt there was a big shake, a rumble.
I say we go now. You can't just hang around waiting for something.
And after that initial rumble, we looked around. The ceilings caved in, and we didn't know what happened.
Come on, kiddo. We need to get out of
Hong's
here.
colleague, Harry Ramos, is a head trader at the May Davis Group.
Coming with us?
I think we should stay here and wait for instructions.
But why? It's an emergency.
Somehow I remembered in 1993 there was an incident in World Trade Center, and some people died. Not because of the bomb, but because they were stepped upon exiting the building.
Hong, the building just moved 10 feet. It's not safe.
Folks, come on, gotta go.
No, I'm staying.
People,
And good luck.
And you too.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now. Please hold the line.
In the first minutes after the crash, New York's 911 system is overwhelmed with thousands of calls. Port Authority emergency lines are also flooded with desperate calls from people inside World Trade Center 1 and from family and friends trying to reach them.
We want you out the building, ma'am.
Sir, there are emergency services on their way to you.
Evacuate the building. Emergency services are on their way.
Most people in the North Tower choose to evacuate,
Do not use the elevator, use the stairwells. Evacuate the building.
but many are stopped by automated security announcements telling people to stay where they are.
All personnel, remain at your desks. Please remain at your desks. All personnel, remain at your desks. Calling on the 43rd floor. What are we supposed to do?
We want you out the building, ma'am. Do not use the elevator, use the stairwells. Evacuate the building.
But they're saying not to. All personnel, remain at your desks. Please remain at your desks.
I'm gonna put you on hold.
Could you just hold the line for a sec?
PA's telling them to stay where they are.
What? Can we turn it off from here?
No.
With the plane's impact, the building's vital systems begin to fail. Ceilings buckle, water lines are cut, and doors are wedged shut inside their frames. Many people are prisoners in offices throughout the building.
This is SCC. Hello? Hello, we need some assistance.
Flight 11 wipes out all 3 stairwells and every elevator to the upper levels, trapping 1,355 people above the point of impact. They're a quarter mile in the sky, and there is no way down.
Sir, sir, did you check out the elevators?
Yeah, but they're all burned out.
Right. We need water. The faucets aren't working. Can you please try to find some bottled water? Water from the vases, anything? Thank you.
Hello, PAPD.
Hi, this is Christine calling from the North Tower of the World Trade Center. We need help.
What is your situation?
Right now we need a safe haven. Can you direct us to a certain quadrant?
Hi, ma'am. I have to get on the radio as soon as possible. As soon as humanly possible.
The people are asking whether they can break the windows. They can't breathe. Can we break the windows?
No, for the moment, do not break the windows.
So what do we do?
I had appointed Christine as the fire warden, and so she took it very seriously, and so I know that she did exactly what was expected of her on that morning.
There's a service exit onto the roof. It's usually locked, but you never know.
I watched it. I seen it.
It's the largest rescue operation in New York City history. Within minutes, more than 1,000 first responders are on the scene.
Once we turned the corner onto Canal Street, what we saw was a nightmare. So I was looking at 20 floors of fire, which translated into 20 acres of fire. And I'm thinking to myself, how are we going to deal with this?
Okay, come on, guys, move it through. Watch your step. Come on, come on.
No fireman has ever faced a skyscraper blaze of this scale.
Get through.
All they can do is let the fire burn itself out.
Your tools down, fellas.
This is strictly a rescue operation. Jay Jonas is captain of Ladder Company 6.
Okay, check your packs.
One of the firemen from Rescue 1 said what we were all thinking. He came out and he said, we may not live through today. And we all looked at him and he says, you're right. And we stopped and we took the time to shake each other's hands and wish each other good luck.
Not yet, guys. They've had their orders. We haven't had ours yet.
But out of all those guys I was surrounded by, I'm the only one who's alive. They all perished.
Just 6 floors below the point of impact, Hong Zhu is still trying to get through to a 911 operator.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now. Please hold the line.
For Harry Ramos and his colleagues from May Davis who have chosen to evacuate, conditions in the stairwell are bad and getting worse.
It's better through here. Anybody got any water? Get a piece of fabric, clothing, handkerchief, anything.
Yeah, I've got my lucky shirt here.
Some water on it.
Mass evacuation was never one of the safety plans considered when the World Trade Center was built. There are only 3 narrow stairwells in each tower.
Let's go find a stairwell. I don't trust the elevators.
Everybody okay back there?
The stairwells weren't designed to move thousands of people out of the building quickly. They aren't even continuous. When machinery rooms and elevator shafts get in the way, people racing down must exit at the bottom of one set of stairs, then cross the building to find the top of another. But only on certain floors. 3 out of every 4 are locked.
What do you think, guys?
Try another one?
Yeah, I say we go back to the sky lobby. Maybe take an elevator if it's working, if not, find another stairwell. Is everybody cool with that? Okay, let's go.
There are 99 elevators in each tower, both express and locals like the subway. Port Authority employees Jan Dempscher and Al Smith find themselves in another World Trade Center nightmare. Trapped in a Twin Towers elevator.
What happened? We dropped a few floors. 5, maybe 10.
Yeah? So what do we do now? Anybody got any ideas?
We call for help.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Port Authority. We have a large explosion in the building.
And finally, a voice came over the intercom, not the recording that it normally gives. A voice came over and said, "We have had a large explosion in the building."
Port Authority. We have a large explosion in the building.
And that was it. And there was no more.
and boom, the line dead.
Tell them to get us out of here! You're gonna send someone to help us get out of here? We have some problems, I think.
And we never speak again with the man on an intercom. When you're inside, you're still like a cat in a cage. I don't have any clue what's happened outside the elevator or in the building. I said, we have to make a decision. Nobody gonna come and help us.
We blocked the doors with wet Kleenex, and that sucks up some of the smoke.
The trapped Port Authority operators now have an emergency in their office as well.
But we still can't get out. Thanks.
Hello? Hi, this is Melanie. I'm with the conference. We're trying to get up onto the roof, but we can't. I see. Where exactly are you? I'm not sure what number. The door won't open.
Yeah, you need a swipe card.
Can you open it from down there?
I'm sorry, we're not able to do that from here.
So what are we going to do?
I'm afraid you're gonna have to find a way down.
We've tried, but we can't.
Well, then you're gonna have to wait for the emergency services to come to you. I'm sorry.
I see.
Even if Melanie DeVere and the others could make it onto the roof, escape would be impossible. There is no official plan for helicopter evacuations, and conditions are too dangerous to try. Police pilots circling the tower have been forbidden to land or rappel down to the building.
All right, just through here. That's it, keep low. Watch your heads. That's it. All right, everything's fine. Janet, you take him through. Frank. Oh, Frank, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Frank, his wife, was telling him, come on, join me, let's, and she kept actually in the call saying that to him, and he told her just to go, I'm gonna meet you downstairs.
No, please,
No,
Frank.
look, there are people trapped up here. I know this building, I know how to get them out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't. I'll be fine.
And that's where Frank would always cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would say, okay, I've done what I can do, I'm gonna get out of here. And Frank just never had that point.
Frank, I say we check out the tech room. Sure. Hey, I'll see you in a few minutes. Come on, let's go.
What Frank doesn't know is that a Boeing 767 has sliced through 36 support columns, with critical fireproofing blown away by the force of the crash. The towers were designed to survive the impact of a commercial airplane, but inside the gaping hole, the heat of the burning jet fuel is enough to soften unprotected steel. One floor closer to the fire is Rick Bryan, a manager at MetLife.
I'm one step into the hallway, and I was struck by the blackness that was in front of me. It was the deepest, the richest black that I had ever seen.
Anybody there? Anybody there?
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you have the keys to the door. You can easily open the door and go back from where you came.
Hello?
But can you be certain that your keys are going to work?
Hello?
And I was frightened. I was very frightened. So instead of continuing down the hall, I went back into our office and let the door close. And it was actually our two coworkers on the other side down that hallway that ended up dying on that day. And I often think now, perhaps I should have continued down that hallway.
Elevator 41 is a shuttle from the Sky Lobby on 44, stopping only on floors 67 through 74.
I wouldn't say panic, I would say people was beginning to, I know I was beginning to get a little edgy.
Because the shuttle doesn't stop on the 50th floor, they'll have to dig their own door, through 3 inches of sheetrock.
Oh, so what do we do now?
We make a hole. But it's concrete.
No, it's not. It's sheetrock.
Hey, he's right. It's sheetrock.
It's plasterboard.
This is Christine again on Windows. We have to have air. The fresh air is going down fast. I am not exaggerating.
Ma'am, I know you're not exaggerating. We're getting a lot of these calls. We're sending the fire department up as soon as possible.
What are we going to do for air?
Ma'am, the fire department's on its way.
Can we break a window?
You can do whatever you have to do to get the air.
Break a window, somebody! Break a window!
There were no evacuation plans because builders assumed fires could be contained without spreading to other floors. Firemen call it defend in place. In theory, everyone else in the building.
Where are you going?
We're not going to get out of here, you know that, no?
No, help is on its way. We just have to wait.
Nobody's coming. It's just us.
No! Don't!
What the hell are you doing? You trying to kill us all? You break the window, you're gonna let the air in. Get away from the window. This whole place will be in flames in minutes. Come on.
And I saw coming down behind them outside
Looked like a suit or something.
a man's suit. And I said to myself,
why would anyone do that?
Who would throw a suit out the window? What is that about?
In all, more than 100 people jump or fall from the upper floors of the North Tower. Christine Allender makes 4 calls to the Port Authority for help. After that, nobody from Windows on the World is heard from again.
We went to her apartment and that. Her answering machine was just full with messages. No more could be. That friends were calling her because my son listened to the end, and that answering machine we brought home. That I have it.
Just 130 feet from the disaster in the North Tower.
I'm not sure about this, guys.
We got no choice.
Within short order, it became clear that we had to leave because the smoke was getting frightening.
Hey, guys, this way. Follow me.
The smoke was so thick and so black, and I could not see. And as I'm walking down the hall through this blackness, I'm thinking to myself, well, you're going to die of suffocation, of smoke inhalation. How many breaths do you need to take of smoke-filled air before you actually pass out? Is it measured in the number of breaths, or is it measured in a number of minutes? Is there a period of time when you're breathing in smoke that you can feel yourself being overcome, or does it happen instantaneously? I did not know. And I was annoyed at myself for not knowing.
Let's try this way, huh?
That's right, that's right. Yes, sir, you have a 2:30
followed by 415?
In this confined area with the door closed now, it actually seemed quite safe.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but we're having a bit of problems with the phone.
When they came in, I was surprised that they were there.
Well, we have a situation here.
I'm sorry. Do you have a fire extinguisher?
On the wall above the cupboard.
Thanks.
And then I was even more surprised that they had just come out of an office that was on fire.
Thanks.
Yes, sir?
I said to myself, look, you have to do something. Within 2 seconds, I realized what a ridiculous task I was trying to accomplish. I was trying to put out this inferno with this stream of fluid that couldn't have been more than 1/4 of an inch wide. My heart went into my throat from my chest. And at that point, I knew we were in trouble.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now. Please hold the line.
Harry Ramos has reached the sky lobby on the 78th floor. A high-speed express elevator to the lobby would take seconds. But people are instructed to avoid elevators in a high-rise fire. Harry is committed to using the stairs, if he can find them.
Okay, last one. I'm feeling lucky.
I knew I was feeling lucky. Come on, we'll be out of here in no time.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now.
Still in his office on the 87th floor, Hong Zhu has been calling 911 since the moment of impact, and finally gives up. While nearly everyone in the building is trying to get down, Port Authority engineers Frank DiMartini, Pablo Ortez, and Mac Hanna are going up.
This way, down there. I gotta call my sister.
Sure.
Good morning, DDM. Diane speaking.
Yeah, Diana, it's Frank. Is Nina there?
No, Frank.
I need you to get a message to her.
Sure.
There's been another explosion at the World Trade Center. I need you to find her right away and tell her that me and Nicole are fine. I don't want her to hear about it on the radio.
Well, sure, of course. What about you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, I gotta go. Thanks, Diana. This way, Dan. Hey, let's keep moving, huh? This way. Come on, right through here. That's it. Keep going.
Less than 15 minutes after the crash, Ladder 6 Captain Jay Jonas receives his orders to go up the North Tower.
He just closed his eyes and he shook his head and he says, just take your guys upstairs and do the best you can. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big black shadow on the ground.
Still don't know. We heard that a plane had hit. And
Stanley Premnath is already back at his desk in the South Tower. His round-trip journey to the lobby took just 15 minutes.
yeah, I guess.
So I'm standing up with the phone in my hand.
Well, we're fine.
My coffee and bagel that I bought when I was coming up still sits there on the desk. And I'm looking towards the Statue of Liberty, the direction of, with the phone in my hand. And that's when the plane caught my eyes. And this plane is bearing down on me. Eye level eye contact. I'm hypnotized standing up there. I'm not having time to react. All I'm looking at is this plane, and it's getting bigger, bigger, bigger. Lord, I can't do this, you take over. And I dove under my desk.
What's the other jet doing?
That apparently does look like it is in the other building at this point.
Alright, this is 1690. We just want to call the caller hung up, but he said a new explosion just happened at 2 World Trade Center on the 80th floor.
Okay, guys, here's the deal. It's a raw one. We have to go to the upper floors for search and rescue. Only thing is we can't use the elevator, so we're gonna take stairwell B. 10 floors at a time. 10 floors, quick rest, 10 more.
I told them, I says, they're trying to kill us, boys. I says, let's go to work. And to their credit, every one of them, they looked at me and says, okay, Cap, we're with you. There was thousands of people upstairs that needed our help, and that's where we gotta go.
Carrying over 100 pounds of equipment, Jay Jonas and his men are facing hours of climbing to make their way up the North Tower. There are over 200 flights of stairs in each building. Even coming down by foot can take an hour or more. But emergency lighting has been improved since the '93 bomb attack. Thousands of people use the stairs to exit the building. And yet, some are unable to get out on their own. One of them is Victor Wald.
Now, he made it from the 83rd floor down to the 59th floor. So he made it down over 25 flights.
Sir? Do you need a hand?
I just think probably he just became more frightened. Sometimes you just become, you know, you can't move your legs anymore.
I'll send someone back up to find you, okay?
I'll just hold you back. Go on.
No, Victor, you stay, I stay.
I don't know why he was drawn to Victor. I have no idea why.
You guys don't need to hang around. Why don't you take off? I'll meet you downstairs when we get there.
They had no connection. They didn't know each other at all. You know, they just could have walked by him like a lot of people would have done.
Come on. Yeah, let's get you on your feet.
That was when I saw Harry was helping a gentleman who I did not know, and quite slowly.
Hey, you decided to take the day off after all. Hong, this is Victor. Victor, this is Hong. We're gonna help him get out of here.
Okay, guys, let's take a rest here. Drink some water.
We're at war with somebody. I don't know who we're at war with, but we're at war with somebody.
Check your packs. We leave again in 2.
Not only the United States is a target, but, you know, right where I'm standing is a major target. Now, is there going to be a third plane? Is there going to be a fourth plane? We didn't know.
What the hell is it going to be like up there? Guys, you ready? Okay, let's go.
Are winning the battle of the sheetrock.
Chip, right chip, right chip, right chip. Finally, after maybe 40 minutes or so, he got a hole about the size of a grapefruit.
Sweet smell of fresh air.
Yes, sir.
Well, who'd have thought it, fella? World Trade Center, made out of sheetrock. Huh? Need some help?
Calling up from her is 100th floor World Trade Center. 100. She was able to speak, just barely.
Frank, Pablo, and Mac are still rescuing people trapped in offices in the North Tower,
Don't take the elevator.
but finally begin to think about saving themselves, too.
We'll send 2 more down. We're coming down, too. Do you copy?
I think he truly did know every inch of the building, both buildings, of the towers. He knew him.
Let's head down. Listen. 49. That's, Met Live, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Help! We're stuck in here! We can't get out!
It was apparent that within a few minutes, the smoke would be thick enough and we would not survive.
Wait, I think I heard something.
And I hear the pounding, pound, pound, bang, bang, bang. Nobody knew that the wall was merely a plasterboard or sheetrock.
Stand back. We're coming through.
I thought it was concrete. It looked like concrete. It was painted like concrete, but I didn't know. Nobody knew.
Hey, anybody hurt?
No, everyone's okay.
All right. Coming through, Mac. All right, everybody, this way.
On this day, these fellas that were gray-collar workers and blue-collar workers had the wherewithal to save everyone else, while the lawyers and the accountants didn't quite know what to do and had no sense of how to act in this situation. And these fellas did.
You all right, sir?
Frank, take him down.
No. I'm staying here.
Frank, Nicole's waiting for you. She'll be waiting for you.
Mac?
Yeah?
Can you get him down?
Frank, you go.
No. We'll be right behind you after we check out the other floors.
Okay. This way, sir.
We should head up. If there are people trapped here, there are probably others.
You think the structure's holding up?
I don't know. That's what we gotta find out. We should head down.
And I just said,
Thanks, huh?
and he nodded back in return. And that's the last I saw of this fella, until I was flipping through the pages and pages and pages of obituary photographs several weeks later. As I'm flipping through these pages of hundreds of people, I see this fella's face. I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy who I was nose to nose with. And I saw his name, Frank DiMartini. And now I knew who the fella was. But here he was. Here was his picture, and he didn't make it out.
Breaking news from WTOP.
A news update. 2 passenger jets have crashed into the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center. The disaster happened shortly
Right now, all of lower Manhattan is shut down.
Everybody here is scanning the skies looking for a possible attack. Every silent rescue crew has been told to be ready back.
For Harry and Hong, the elevator is a last resort. It could be dangerous, but it may be their only hope of getting Victor out of the building.
Look, if everyone agrees, I'm happy to volunteer.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Harry and Victor are just 2 floors above elevator 41.
Can you see anything?
There's another wall. Maybe it's thinner than the other one.
Well, only one way to find out. Where are we? What?
Bathroom.
Yes, yes. Say, anybody need to go to the bathroom?
Frank DiMartini knows that no skyscraper in the world has ever collapsed. The very possibility that one of the Twin Towers could collapse has been inconceivable until now.
Pablo? Yeah. I don't like the look of this. Construction manager to base. I'm on the 78th floor, North Tower. The express elevators are at risk of collapse. The steel is failing. We need a structural engineer. Do you copy? Construction manager to base. I'm on the 78th floor.
Fire department, I copy you.
Yeah, I need a structural engineer in the 78th floor sky lobby now. The elevators are at risk of collapse. Do you copy?
Frank's message is the first and only time an expert on the inside warns that the structure could be headed toward catastrophic failure. The intense heat is weakening the steel in the floor trusses, causing them to sag. If they start to collapse, the added weight will be too much for the floor below. Once it starts, it won't stop.
Every time we think it can't get any worse, we are now learning that the FAA is shutting down all takeoffs anywhere in the country.
Now, the FBI, according to the Associated Press, is investigating reports of a plane hijacking just before those crashes.
President Bush calls this an apparent terrorist attack. The president is in the air. He's returning squad.
Fighter aircraft armed with guns and missiles have direct orders to divert and/or shoot down any plane that seems bent on crashing into something else.
Now we have unconfirmed reports there has been an explosion. There is a fire at the Pentagon here in Washington.
A huge fire has engulfed the Pentagon. And even more terrifying, a big chunk of the building has been destroyed.
In fact, we have obviously a state of siege here in the nation's capital as this apparently coordinated attack takes place.
Let's right now go to the White House area, the White House grounds of...
Looks like he got stuck. Or got out.
He'll come back.
But what if he doesn't?
And we'll think of something else. Welcome back.
It's clear.
Great.
But only as far as the 44th floor.
Oh.
Come on, it's better than nothing, Victor.
All right.
Almost home, huh?
It's just too smoky in here.
Did you wet your clothes?
Yeah. Honey, I have to go.
Okay.
And Jack, tell the boys. Tell the boys I love them.
I said, I will.
And I love you.
She said, I love you. I said, I love you. She said, I love you. I said, I love you. She said, I'm scared. And I said, call me when you get down.
Oh, God.
When I hung up the phone, I was horrified. Just horrified. Because she wasn't saying, she was saying goodbye. She was saying goodbye. That's how it felt. That's what it was. When we hung up, I called our minister and I asked him to pray, and he said he'd have a prayer chain, and then I prayed. And I felt her body go right through mine, and I knew she was gone.
I gotta make a call.
It only take a minute.
By 9:46 a.m., more than 1/3 of the New York City Fire Department is at the World Trade Center.
Hey, buddy.
Do we know what's going on?
Pentagon got hit. What? The Pentagon?
I said it was an accident. Now that fireman said no.
We're at war.
That words were really scary. It was war.
Hi, you don't know me, but I need you to make a call for me. Who is this? My name is Victor Wald. I'm in the World Trade Center.
Oh my God.
I can't get through to my wife. I'm asking you to call her. Her number is the same as yours, except there's a 6 at the end instead of a 7.
And what's the message?
Could you just tell her... I'm all right.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Thanks.
They just hit the Pentagon.
We better be clear on these doors.
I really think we should go. Now.
Al-Qaeda.
Oh, what? Come on.
Al-Qaeda. They're a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, whoever they are, we gotta go now.
I bet you it was them.
Guys, take this exit.
Come on, not this easy. Go, Victor, go.
Hey guys, I'm back. Now, this is the man who will help us down, huh?
I think about them in my prayers. And that fireman, may God bless him wherever he is, because if it hadn't been for him leading us to the safety, I wouldn't be sitting here talking now.
This is 10 on 450. Do you copy? I've got 6 civilians. Do you copy? Follow me.
Yes.
How do we get out of here?
Oh, come on. Please, please, trust me. Come, let's go. Come on. Hey, let's hope this one works.
No more elevators.
What? Are you gonna walk?
Well, I prefer.
And I come into elevator, I see the big sign, do not use the elevator when it's fire. And I stay and I don't know what to do. I said, something's wrong.
Listen, man, it'll take 30 minutes to walk down. We may not have 30 minutes.
I said, that man is not responsible for himself, because if you were stuck at another elevator, who's going to help you?
You got no choice, my friend.
Come on.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Jan? I'm Al. Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
By 9:58, more than 500 members of the New York City Fire Department are inside the Twin Towers, spread throughout both buildings. Firefighters are reported as high as the 54th floor of the North Tower and the 78th floor sky lobby in the South Tower.
Hey, fellas, this way. Down the corridor, on your left, into the office. Guys, take a rest. 2 minutes.
In World Trade Center 2, nearly 8,000 people have succeeded in evacuating. Although it was hit second, time has run out for the South Tower.
If it wasn't for you.
No problem. We're brothers, right?
Yeah. Now let's get out of here.
Come on! Diane! Rick? I'm coming!
In the North Tower, the stairwells are a slow-moving chain of refugees from the upper levels. Rick, Brian, and the others rescued on the 89th floor are nearing the end of their long trek down a mountain of stairs.
And all of a sudden, a huge cloud of this dark gray smoke comes shooting up the stairway. and just covering everyone and everything. And it was hot, very, very hot.
Our building started to shake. It swayed back and forth, and then the lights went out.
No, there's nothing there.
I said, "Is that what I thought it was?" Thinking that part of our building collapsed. And he just looked at me.
South Tower's collapsed.
In a very serious face, he said, "The South Tower's just collapsed."
Can you tell us what kind of an airplane is it?
It had to be a 737 that hit the World Trade Center. It was a big, big plane.
Okay, and what do you see at this point?
Oh, smoke and screaming and, screaming engines and all the fire engines, police departments are all traveling down that way. Oh my God almighty, the black smoke all over the place. I hope nobody, there's got to be somebody killed in there, poor people. I went to work.
Tommy, we don't have any confirmation from any officials of this happening. Just repeat again, you were walking, you were just going outside.
I was bringing the garbage out to the freight entrance when we heard this roaring engine. We looked up and there was the plane. Next thing we know, in a matter of seconds, we heard a boom. We went to the corner and there it was right in the middle of the World Trade Center.
Where are you standing right now, Tommy?
I'm right in the building right now.
Okay, and what do you see at this point?
Oh, people all staring up there, looking at it all. Oh my God, the smoke is coming out, black billow smoke.
Okay, you can see we are physically looking at one of our sky cams right now. We can see billowing smoke from the top of the World Trade Center, Tony.
Yeah.
Are there other people that are around you at this point? Is everybody in pretty much of a state of shock?
Oh, of course they are. People are all in shock. The people in the building are in shock going out. My God almighty.
The building is on fire, God. Oh, God, there's people in there. Oh, my God.
There's still some debris coming down. It's safe to stay inside the hotel. There are still some debris coming down. It's safe to stay inside the hotel.
And again, we're putting our camera in, we are pushing our camera into the top of the World Trade Center, and we can see that there appears to be some fairly significant damage to the top of it.
Oh, yes, it's got to be these 15 floors that were hit with the plane.
Tony, I'm keeping asking you to describe this for me because as I'm talking...
I was taking the garbage out of the building to go into the freight engine to dump it. When I heard this big roaring going up, what's going on?
Oh my God, the fire.
Okay, so it appeared to be an...
Darren, it's Tammy Michaels. I am in the Hilton Millennium Hotel in New York. Across the street from me, and I have my video camera running, the World Trade Center was just hit by a plane. The debris was hitting our window. We are exactly across the street from the World Trade Center. I'm on the 35th floor, and I can see the entire building. And I saw the debris. I saw the explosion, the debris, the fiery debris was coming right down in front of our window. I was afraid part of it was going to come into our actual hotel room. There are people trapped up there. This is just the most incredible thing in the world, and it's right in front of me at this moment.
We have flames shooting out the windows, Tammy.
Flames are coming out the window. We've been told to stay in our hotel, and I'm watching this right in front of me. I wanted to call it.
Oh no, there's a person, Tammy. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh. Oh.
There goes another person, guy.
Oh. Oh no.
Guys, should we
No,
go down?
no, Tammy.
Can we show that again, please?
It was a plane. Did you see that? They showed it.
You got it on video, though.
Well, after the explosion started.
Don't put me on hold. I'm at the World Trade Center. Yes, it is.
Tammy, watch this. They're showing the plane hit.
Honey, a little shaky. This is simply the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I am at the Millennium Hotel on the 35th floor, directly across the street from both twin towers of the World Trade Center. Out my window, the view I have is of the World Trade Center. No, I'm across the street, so I have seen the whole, I saw when the building started exploding and the debris started flying, and I could see parts of what looked like to me a plane, and as it was exploding, I was afraid at our window, the debris was hitting against our window. I was afraid that part of it was going to break through, that it was on fire. And yes, I was, and the entire building shook, and I'm from California, I thought earthquake. I look up and the window is completely filled with flames and debris that is falling, and as we've been standing here, we've watched the second building get hit with another plane.
There's another body.
You can hear more explosions. God, maybe we should go downstairs. Maybe there's going to be another plane.
From Staten Island-ish area, and I was telling my mom on the phone, that plane is too low. I can't believe
whatever that debris is down there that's fire.
We have two explosions, two planes hitting the World Trade Center here in New York, and what this second explosion was that took place about part of the
God, we are so blessed.
Tower has apparently collapsed.
Thank you, God.
We don't know if that was from the impact of this first plane that hit it, or whether something else has happened there. We'll work on that.
Street about 10 blocks north of World Trade Center. Just before 10 o'clock.
This dust is just starting to settle after the second World Trade Center collapsed. We saw it collapse and come towards us.
Hi, Pat. We chose to stay in our hotel room because from our vantage point, we're in a corner suite of this hotel. So we have actually two windows looking out on the corner of our building at the World Trade Center. We could see the building number 2 was going to go, and my husband and I were having a debate, stay, go. And my husband said if it collapses, we'll be killed below. So we chose to stay in a room, which is where we still are on the 35th floor, and the building literally, when it... It's Tammy. Hi, Pat. We chose to stay in our hotel room because from our vantage point, we're in a corner suite of this hotel. So we have actually two windows looking out on the corner of our building at the World Trade Center. We could see the building number 2 was going to go, and my husband and I were having a debate, stay, go. And my husband said if it collapses, we'll be killed below. So we chose to stay in a room, which is where we still are on the 35th floor. And the building, literally, when it collapsed,
About 15 minutes ago, bodies started dropping from the top floors of the tower closest to the highway, about at least 5 or 6.
Knowing that a high-rise building has never collapsed before. And now the sister building that we were in had suffered the same fate, but got hit later than ours, had just collapsed. So I'm thinking to myself as he said that, he says, we're gonna be lucky to get out of here.
Guys, I want us out of here now. Pick up your stuff, we're heading out right now. Sal, your rope.
You got it, Cap. Get your stuff.
The sheer terror that we're in this building and we're dead men walking.
Come on, Fuzz. Keep it coming.
I can't see anything.
The fire department's a semi-military organization, and you don't do things without orders. So I was basically self-evacuating. It was my instinct that I perceived the danger and I acted on it.
Okay. How about going?
What was that?
It sounded like an explosion.
Victor, you gotta be positive. We've got to go.
In case you hadn't noticed, we're still only on the 36th floor.
Well, that's only 36 more floors to go. Come on. We have to go. Now, come on.
He let the family down. He could have probably pushed himself harder. But he didn't have to sit there and wait. He let people down. That's all. I don't think he realized how important he was in the family.
How about if you try going down, like sitting?
I'm telling you, I can't move.
You have to move!
Oh, you move! Get out of here!
That fireman's words to me, I really felt was a way to get me off the hook. I was grateful to that fireman. But to think back, very likely the fireman knew what kind of danger we were all in, but he himself didn't move.
Harry,
Of course, I do not have these shining characters a man should have. There was some cowardness, selfishness displayed in my action, in my behavior.
You think we're going to make it, Harry? Harry.
Yeah.
We're going to make it, right?
Sure we will. Now, come on, you're gonna have to move. Figure yourself up and let's go.
Come on, fellas, keep it moving.
Okay, Captain, right behind you. Captain.
Come on, guys. Move it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. You okay?
Come on, fellas. Keep it coming. Hey, how's it going?
I've got a bad leg.
Well, can you walk?
Slowly.
And Tommy Falco turns around and looks at me and he says, "Hey, Cap, what do you want to do with her?" And I took a deep breath. It's like,
Okay, let's give you a hand here. Come on, guys. We got ourselves a VIP to get down. Okay? So they're real well.
and people ask me, says, "Why did you do that? You know, you could have passed her by. Nobody would have known." I says, "I would have known." You know, and the sight of her standing in the doorway would have haunted me forever.
You can do it. Come on. Go fight. Excellent.
Within moments of the South Tower collapse, police and fire department radios are screaming for all personnel to evacuate the North Tower. But many firemen never hear the order. They're tuned to a different channel.
Come on, baby. This door open. Come on.
They should be here by now.
Time to go, ladies.
We're glad to see you. Come on.
A short time ago, nobody could conceive of a skyscraper collapsing. Now, police and fire department officials expect it to happen in the North Tower, too. It's just a matter of time.
We know both towers were hit, but what more can you tell?
I've seen many people running to save themselves. Most of those who ran past me are exhausted. Many of them just can't believe that this has happened, or that they've been lucky enough to have made it out. I would have to say, at this distressing time, I can see a huge pillar of dust and smoke where one of the twin towers once stood. It's too soon to speculate on the full extent of the horrifying damage right now.
It was really, every fiber in your body is screaming. It's like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
Whoa, you okay? You okay?
What was once, we're almost like running down the stairs.
Guys, make a space.
Now our evacuation is one step at a time, both feet on the same step, going very slowly. And now this is becoming like Chinese water torture going down the stairs. You know, the clock is ticking.
Okay, guys, take a rest. Josephine.
Yeah.
You want some water?
No.
Josephine. It wasn't a question. Drink some water.
And I developed this trait of mine. Whenever a situation got more serious, I would speak more slowly and more deliberately, because if the situation is that serious, you didn't need somebody screaming in your ear to add more anxiety to the situation. So I would try to diffuse that by speaking in a more calm manner. And I was at my calmest.
Guys, I'm gonna see if I can find us a chair we can carry it, okay?
Nearly there. Come on, take my hand. Here, go. Go.
Yeah, this way, this way. Stairwell seat. Any word on our engineer?
No. You think we should go?
No. I mean, I think he felt he could do it. I mean, why not?
I may be hurt, I may be tired, I may be burnt, but I'll get out.
Yeah.
So I broke into the 4th floor to look for some sort of a sturdy chair that we could put her on the chair and we could pick it up and run with her, thinking that we got to keep moving. We got to, you know, the clock is ticking. You know, it's the biggest office building in the world, and it wasn't an office floor. It was a mechanical equipment room floor. And I was way on the other side of the building, and I was running, and I never run at a fire. And something just told me, says, you know what, this just isn't working out. We're just gonna have to drag her down the stairs.
After One World Trade Center burns for 102 minutes, nearly twice as long as the South Tower, the center support column has reached the breaking point. Hundreds of firemen throughout the building still aren't aware rescue personnel are also evacuating the North Tower.
I went out from the side of the building, and I kept walking on West Side Highway. And then I heard some people screaming. I looked back. That's when I saw at a very close distance, I saw the building collapsed. I thought probably we lost Harry at that moment.
At 10:28 a.m., 106 floors of concrete and steel come crashing down, floor by floor, one on top of another.
Division 6 acting, K, urgent. Division 6 acting, go. All right, you're responding down to the World Trade Center. You're to maintain radio communication and advise Manhattan Dispatch what exactly is going on, K. We are unable to make any kind of communication.
It collapsed. The top floors collapsed down. I saw it blow and then ran like hell. Thank God. I'm 69, but I can still run. There's got to be firemen trapped back there, though.
Most people watching the collapse of the North Tower immediately assume that everyone inside has died.
Everyone okay? Every time a floor hit another floor, it was like a loud boom, like a train that was off its tracks and was hitting the railroad ties, and it was getting closer and closer.
Listen up. I'm gonna do a roll call. Billy! Yeah.
So violent was the vibration that we were actually being bounced around off the floor. And just kept waiting. Just kept waiting for that big beam or that big piece of concrete to come. And for us, it didn't come.
Matt?
Yeah!
Sounds like you dropped a couple of floors there, buddy. How about our special guest?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here. And my name's Josephine.
Good job, Josephine.
And I'm up here, you know, to have no idea what I look like. I never dawned on me, you're great too, kiddo. You can all you want, but it won't help.
All the furnishings and the fixtures inside the building, none of that existed after the collapse. There were no desks, there were no phones, no computers, no copy machines, no chairs, nothing. That had all been pulverized by the tremendous amount of energy that was created by this collapse. And it was just pulverized into this dust. And we're in the geographic center of that dust.
Captain Jonas, ladder 6. We're on the 4th floor. North Tower. We need help. Do you copy?
And somebody got on the radio and said, "Where's the North Tower?" Like I looked at my radio, I says, "Where's the North Tower?" I said, "Man, we're in trouble if they don't know where the North Tower is."
I had stepped out onto West Street, wondering what could have happened to cause this mess. The ash and the fire trucks twisted up like toys. I went back towards the building where there was a fireman, and I walked up to the fellow and I said, "You know, hey, there's a body over here." He looked at me with a look that I sensed, hey, why is he looking at me like I have two heads, like I'm crazy? Why is he giving me this look? And he said, "Just go on." And I realized there were actually bodies and people scattered all over the place. And you couldn't see what the scene was like because everything was covered with ash.
Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies. Stay away from cones of bodies. Cones of bodies.
2,749 people died in the Twin Towers that morning, including Melanie DeVere, Christine Olander, and more than 170 delegates, diners, and staff at Windows on the World. Elaine Gentile and 95 of her colleagues at Fiduciary Trust, including Ed Emery. And 84 men and women who work for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
You know, the people that I knew at the Port Authority, Jerry Guggen, Bill Jones, Tommy, Clara, and Margie, and all these people, they've just, you know, just like, it was just like there was a big family.
Are you gonna be okay?
In the North Tower, Frank DiMartini and Pablo Ortez both gave their lives. They were still helping people escape when the building collapsed.
Well, I mean, I think for me, there still is this burning, you know, hole that you don't really know what happened. And of course, I would like to know more about, you know, what was happening, and I know he'd love to tell it.
He would be so sad to see them fall, and saving as many people as he did, that it was somehow fitting that he went up into the air with the buildings.
Along with Mac Hanna, who escaped helping an 89-year-old colleague from the Port Authority, Pablo and Frank saved the lives of more than 50 people. Among them, Rick Bryan and the 22 people trapped on the 89th floor, including receptionist Diane DeFontes.
Pablo's wife put up a website, and her children were on it, and I sent her an email, and I told her, I tried to tell her how I felt, and that her husband and their father is the reason that I'm alive, And I know that his absence is a terrible thing. But here is a man that you can be proud of because he saved other people's lives.
Stanley Premnath and Brian Clark both survived. 61 people from Brian's company, Eurobrokers, lost their lives. 23 from Stanley's. Victor Wald and Harry Ramos were both killed in the collapse of the North Tower.
We got a picture of Harry Ramos. It was a brilliant picture. It was a very sharp picture with a Rolex watch. And I said to my children, well, you know, Victor didn't die by himself. An angel came and took him, and Harry was his angel.
Harry was the only person from his company, May Davis, who did not survive.
And Hung, you know, he helped to the fullest, and then he made a decision he had to leave. And I think that was a better decision to make because he thought of that, you know, he had to think of himself at some point. And he tried to help a man, but if Victor couldn't help himself at a point, he analyzed the situation, he made the decision he had to go. He probably feels bad about it, but he made the correct decision.
The 5 people trapped in Elevator 41 all escaped, including Al Smith and Yam Dempsher.
Can imagine, I'm short and he's tall.
I hear Battalion 18 to ladder 6, Battalion 18 to ladder 6. Is that you on the radio? I said, yeah, it's me. Rescue 3 to ladder 6, Captain J. Jonas. This is Cliff. I'm coming for you, brother. I'm coming for you. And that was the first, it choked me up. It's the first time in my career where I had become the person in need of rescue instead of the person coming to do the rescue.
It would take over 5 hours before Jay Jonas and the 13 people trapped with him would finally be rescued. They owe their lives to an extraordinary twist of fate.
Once the collapse reached our area, it kind of ran out of energy because the pile itself was about 6 to 7 stories tall, the debris pile. And we were in that 2-story cocoon. If you were lower than that, the debris settled there and you didn't make it. If you were above that, you were part of the kinetic energy of the collapse and you didn't make it. So you really had to be where we were.
Over there you can see a police emergency service unit. They're trying basically now to reestablish some kind of a safe perimeter. And many of the emergency workers basically just happy to be alive. Certainly that picture tells it all. Many of them just happy to be alive at this point, having survived what is an extraordinary event, the collapse of 2 towers.
In all, 412 rescue workers died in the World Trade Center, including 343 firemen.
Josephine, is that you?
It ends up I did make the right decisions that day, but I didn't know they were the right decisions at the time. Running into Josephine Harris, making this decision to stop and save her, we inadvertently saved ourselves.
And I looked around, and there was this disarray. And I said, this is it? And he says, yeah, this is what's left. And I said, how many other people have come out of there? And he said, none. And I was just stunned. Don't push it under the rug. Don't forget it, because it can happen again. And I believe that they are going to try again. It won't be tomorrow, it won't be next year, but they're coming back.
It was a day when we didn't think that it could happen to us, when we thought we were too big and too strong and mighty. It's a constant reminder of what can happen again. So we need to remember September 11. Not the tragedy that happened, but the lesson that to be learned. We need to keep it alive. because it can happen again.
Well, these are the pants that I was wearing on that day. And I made it my project. I guess it kept me a little from really going completely out of my mind. I made it my project to wash them by hand, and every day I would wash them a little more and hang them up to dry, and then I'd see some more dirt, and I'd put more soap, and then I'd scrub the legs because I just had to get them clean. It was like washing away. It may sound silly, but washing away the dirt and evil and the bad and just getting it out, and I did. And unfortunately they don't fit anymore, but they're clean.
This has been a presentation of the Discovery Channel and the BBC World Class Television.